about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and there he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skill by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden, Barrett, and an early touch and an excellent...
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello and welcome. The sports minister at this point in time is going spiritual for the Nigerian Super Eagles to actually win their 4th AFCON title when the game kicks off right there in Cameroon 2020 in January. Do not sack Raw. This is actually coming from Victor Ikeba at this point in time. Swan, former president, are calling for the Nigerian Football Federation for them to actually sack Raw at this point in time. Oseme said for surgery, he will be out for 4 weeks, and also the Women's League Club gets November 25th as a registration deadline day for them. Also, I'm going to be looking at what is actually going down at the Nigerian Volleyball Division 1 League. Kings continue their unbeaten run in that particular. And don't forget the Champions League also will be on the menu today. Lewandowski, Benzema, others actually related for the FIFA Best Player. Is now welcome to yet another edition of Sport on the Leadership Podcast today. My name is Olawale Ayeni. I'll be your host for today. As you can see, Alpha is in the studio waiting to talk sports this beautiful evening. How are you doing, Alpha?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Of course, straight to our first story where the sports minister at this point in time is going spiritual for the Nigerian Super Eagles to actually win their 4th AFCON title. When games are kicked off right there in Cameroon next year, January, just about 48 days to the Super Eagles' first group game match in that particular competition. According to the minister, he said that we have to do more for. He's saying that every day he look at. I've created a mental picture for this golden AFCON trophy in my head. I will use it as a prayer point every morning. He actually told journalists that during the Total Energy AFCON sponsor that actually brought the trophy to Nigeria, which was actually related to fans and stakeholders right there in Lagos yesterday. But looking at what this Minister of Sport is saying, he keep praying for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to win their 4th AFCON title right there in Cameroon.
I mean, just like every other Nigerian, we are also praying.
Of course, we should start. Should we add fasting to it?
Maybe at some point. We are also praying for Nigeria to win our 4th title. But I think it's time we really get serious. I don't think when the Italian team were going close and
the Italians
he came out to say that he was praying for the Italians. Look, when this is football, you do the talking on the pitch.
Of course.
If it was just by prayers, I think Nigeria should have been winning every edition of the World Cup because I really don't think there's any country who prays like the way we do. So beyond praying, I think the right thing should be done. Now we're in the middle of a coaching crisis, so to speak. We don't even know where to go from here. We don't even know what to do with Raw as it is right now. So I think it's best that we resolve the issue of Raw first of all, get the right players, get the right attitude in camp before we can even start talking about winning the AFCON. Yes, it's good to have the mental picture of the golden trophy and all of that. All of us, too, one that also, we believe that, considering what Nigeria has done for football in Africa and even the world, winning the AFCON just 3 times is not enough for Nigeria when countries like Egypt have won it a record of 7 or 8 times. Ghana has won it over like 4 times, although they've won it for it. They haven't won it in a long time. Cameroon has won it close to about 4 or 5 times.
The Egypt side are the Syria winners when it comes
exactly.
to the
So at this point, I'm sure we will be talking about a fourth AFCON. I've been talking about maybe like a sixth or seventh AFCON. But be that as it may, I think it goes beyond going spiritual about it. Let's get the right things done. Let's put our local league on on points and all of that organized. At this point, we don't even know when the NPFL is going to kick off and all of that. If the NPFL was even on to say that okay, we even look inwards and pick 1 or 2 players who can even bolster what we already have on ground, but we need to put our house in order and not say we're going spiritual for us to win any major competition.
Just to let you know, Nigeria has actually won the silver medal 4 times. So we have won the bronze medal 8 good times, and we have won
the bronze. Like our veterans. Once we get to the semi-final, just know that we are coming to the bronze.
And we have actually won the title just 3 times. So at this point, we'll be actually gunning for our 4th title, hopefully right there in Cameroon. But the sport minister is actually insisting that Nigeria should actually improve on local content for us to actually improve, for us to actually compete favorably with other countries in the global stage. According to we have to do more for local ecosystem of our game. We have to deliberate with talent discovery, nurturing of talent, discover and managing them to get to the top of their ladder in their careers and stay there till they retire. But at this point in time, are we really doing what is expected of us for us to discover players, nurture them to stardom, and for them to actually give back to the country?
The answer is capital no, because like I just mentioned, if we are serious about that, at this point, how many months after the league ended, we don't even have
a kick-off date.
So how are we doing helping the local ecosystem? First of all, we need to get all these things right first. There has to be a time of resumption of the league. Like I said the other time on this show, the way it's going, I don't think the league will kick off this year. And if it doesn't kick off this year, January is out of it. January will be the
January and February will be
out of it completely. And if at all the league starts, when eventually starts next year, it's going to be an abridged league.
So we'll now have just about 4 or 5 months.
Exactly. So we'll now have a scenario where we'll have an abridged league. We'll play a few games, then we'll end up playing.
You
Super 6 or Super 8. Yes, and do maybe a Super 6 or a Super 8 and determine who will be Crown League champions and represent at the continent. So I think we need to get all of those things together. And even when the league was on, like someone once complained and keep out Cameroon, how many times has he sat down has he followed the league? You bring a foreign coach who signs a contract, and the only time you see him in Nigeria is 2 days. When Nigeria has a game, he comes into the country, takes charge of the game. Exactly. Exactly. Just so, sir. That's the thing. Look at when Kesh was here in Chad. See the number of local players who were able, who were
solid local players,
and they went on to win the AFCON. So I think we should really.
Just even a local player that actually give us the winning goal.
So I think first of all we have to find a way of kickstarting the league, making the league viable, pay your players very well. I mean, the other day a former coach of Atlant came out to say he hasn't been paid for over how many months. So all those things need to be put in place for you to now encourage players to actually stay in the league and develop.
Of course, if we really want to develop football right here in our country, there's a whole lot to do. Every stakeholder must come in to ensure we get to develop ball. The major part of the work we actually go down with the Nigerian Football Federation, and also the sports ministry, because they're the one that get to fund sports, and also not taking away the multinationals are the one who are actually come and invest into sports development. Just talking about the Nigerian Super Eagles, former Nigerian Super Eagles winger, talking about Victor Ekpeba, has kicked against the Nigerian Football Federation and fans who are actually calling for the sack of Coach Kenetra at this point in time. He said it will be too late for them to actually sack due to the fact that the Nations Cup is just 48 days to go, and you getting to sack Coach Kenetra at this point in time will not be the best for the team. It's actually coming from Victor Pema, but quickly, let me just read his comment. It's less than 48 days before our first game against Egypt at the 2021 AFCON Cup of Nations. Pema said the speculation about the sack has been intense. I am really surprised I know that what happened in 2002 and in 2010, rumor of people are going to the sports ministry and presidency calling for the calling for Raw to be actually be sacked at this point in time. Looking at what Victor Koba has to say about the clamoring of Nigerians for the to sack about this time. Do you think is the best thing to be done by the Nigerian Football Federation, looking at the fact that AFCON is just 48 days to go?
Yeah, I think in some way I share sentiments of Pepper. You see, in as much as I want Raw to be fired, but I think it's a bit dicey at this point because we have a major competition in January, and if Raw leaves now, whoever is coming in, will the person have enough time to really get accustomed to the boys, to really get acclimatized, to know the politics of the game in Nigeria before I go for that AFCON? I really don't think so. So for me, I think maybe the sack should come after the AFCON. Maybe they should just allow him take the boys to the AFCON, irrespective of whatever happens at the AFCON. Even if, for instance, we go on to win the AFCON, I still think he should be fired. But I think between now and the AFCON, I think it's
too late.
I think it's quite late because, like I said, it takes for this kind of a coach who has been there for like 6 years. If it was that we didn't have a major competition coming up in another, and less than 2 months time, yeah, fine, we could sack him. But at this point, will a new coach be able to really rally around these boys to go on and give a proper performance at the AFCON? I really don't think so. So I think maybe yes, the NFL. Let's wait for the technical report. But be that as it may, but I think the ministry should tread with caution. It shouldn't be hasty in sacking him, especially with the kind of names we are seeing. Being bandied around as his replacement are really names that I don't even inspire confidence at all.
That it's better to just leave him than to get to sack and bring someone.
Because we know the case of a certain Lagabad.
Oh, of course.
He was brought in shortly for the World Cup, and he went on exactly someone who really didn't understand the players, just came, collected huge sums of money in the World Cup and left. So I think I share the sentiment of Pepper. Let's leave Raw till after AFCON and we can do away with him.
Of course, viewers should the NFF leave Raw and sack him after the AFCON. Let's quickly get your thoughts about it. You can actually send us a message on our Facebook, our page, and also on our YouTube channel. We get to read it as you keep them coming. Let's go to our next story. Still on Raw at this point in time. Victor Koba is saying sack Raw, while former Swan presidents are calling for Raw to be sacked. I mean, Victor Koba is saying do not sack Raw, but the former Swan presidents are calling for Raw to be sacked, saying that Raw technical ability is not anyway, get to match with the kind of setup we have in the national team. But journalists are one of the major stakeholders when it comes to sports in the country, and the former president of Nigerian Sport Writers Association is saying that it is time that Raw should actually pack his packages and leave the national team. Do you share in the sentiment?
Like I said, I mean, just before the story, Rabbi said, leave him. Someone is saying, sack him. Yes, I agree. Let Raw be sacked. But my problem is the timing.
Of course.
I think sacking a coach shortly before a major competition sometimes might be counterproductive. We all even know, if you even remember what happened to even Spain.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. In the Russia World Cup,
woefully,
someone who had been with the team had prepared
over the years.
Over years, and
he even won the World Cup.
Done well.
He won Spain the World Cup.
No, I'm talking of Lopetegui, who shortly before the World Cup got a deal with Madrid, and the Spanish FA got angry and sacked him. That how dare he sign that kind of contract and make it public just at the World Cup. And we all know Spain were knocked out in the first round of the competition. So sacking coaches right before the beginning of the major competition has really not gone well. So I agree with Swan. Let's sack Raw, but I think we should just be a bit patient till after the AFCON and let him go.
Because AFA is pleading with Sports Writers Association of Nigeria that hey, you guys should come down a bit. Let Raw take us to the Nations Cup, and hopefully after the Nations Cup, then we can go ahead and sack him. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, we'll look at Victor Osimhen set for surgery and is actually out for 4 weeks. And also we're looking at the Women's League giving club 25th of November deadline for them to actually register. And also Lewandowski Champions League is in the menu today. These and many more will come after the short break. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round. Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
It's about to go down.
It's lovely pass. And here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Some skills by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead. And Ricciardo, the win the Italian Grand Prix.
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix. Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden, Barrett down, an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round. Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
On the surgery after Inter Milan. and he'll be out for 4 position. In time. This might just be a major
for up to 2 4. So because we all know positions of the yes, we have some. But it's 4 weeks, at least there's hope of it's one of those big
Leicester City, and Empoli, Milan. You should
when you come so all of those things will of it's fast enough. You know, sometimes some players like that will get an injury. They might say it might be out for 4 weeks, but some players end up recovering even faster than the projected time. So I hope that will be the case with Osimhen because I really, really want to see an Osimhen at the AFCON.
Of course, I really want to see when it comes to the talking about Aisha out of the new season. If this club as a part of that registration fee, the club must be submit evidence of affiliation to state FA. Club must must show submit evidence of incorporation as a limited liability company with the Corporate Affairs Commission, bank statement of period of 1 year, sign financial agreement from sponsors of the club to getting to meet these requirements set by the management of the women's football in the country. We saw some certain pictures last season where I think it was Vimo Rangers.
Yeah.
They were actually climbing on top of the bus and they were going to honor league match. I'm certain that this club will actually get to meet up with this standard, and if they don't get to meet up the standard, should the club proceed in featuring the league?
These are some of the challenges that we keep talking about when it comes to, the local league here in Nigeria. Apart from how it affects the males, it's also affecting their female.
But it's also sad about the female. The female.
Yeah, it's so sad. Yeah, exactly.
So lost.
My point really is, we knew that where a league was supposed to start. When did this notice come out?
As of October.
Exactly. But the way we do things in this country is really not fair. When you're ending a league, we are supposed to know that on so a league is supposed to even begin.
We have not even seen this kind of
No, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Coming in and out from England, telling clubs.
Exactly. When the league finished, nobody knew when the league was going to start. And all of a sudden, the end of UFL came up to say, okay, we are resuming the league. Then before you know it, came out with some set of guidelines that you must fill before you are able to partake in the league. As we speak now, do you know the fixtures for 2022?
It's out already. For the APL.
But this one, the league has been on break completely. Then you just came out from nowhere sometime last month, and now you're saying if by 25th midnight you're not registered, you don't meet all these requirements, then you might not be eligible to play in the league. So for me, I think maybe, and this is, we're talking about the female league for crying out loud. So I think the management of the NWFL should maybe extend that deadline so that all these teams can actually put their house in order, so that a lot of them will be able to meet this deadline. Because
most the league management keep telling this club, you have to do this, you have to do that. And the club was supposed to know
that this
you're supposed to do this thing before the start of the next season.
So that's why I say I don't even understand how we do wrong things in Nigeria. Because for a proper football club, you're going to a league is beginning. You know what are the requirements you need for you to partake in that league. So I don't think the governing body should now come and remind you and bring out a statement or a notice that you need to get so and so things in place before you. As a club, you should know that we are going to play in the league, and you've been playing this league not today. So you know the requirements you needed for you to partake in this league. So you don't even need anyone to remind you. So I think it's quite sad, but I think maybe the end of UFL, fine, we can cut some slack for the clubs. Maybe they should just extend the time by a couple of days. And if you don't meet the time after the extension, then you find somewhere else to play your football.
Just to let you know that the Women's League will also be an average league, and we play in an average format. And fixtures is
talking about when you don't start on time.
Even
when the MPFL resumes, it's going to be the same scenario.
Of course, clashes between Delta Queens of Asaba Rivers, Angels of Port Harcourt has been, has have an official opening ceremony of the Women's League, and that will be actually coming up later, this year. Away from football, we head straight to the spiking game, talking about volleyball at this point in time, where Kala Kings continue their unbeaten run with an emphatic 3 straight set victory over Wiki Spikers in the ongoing National Division 1 League right here in Abuja at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. The action went cruising 25-19, 25-18, 25-22 in the game that was actually decided yesterday. Matches that will be also decided today. We see Oluwero Spikers of Oyo against Caliphate Spikers of Sokoto. So Yola we actually battle, Castina. Also, victories will also lock horns with Aqua United volleyball, club at this point in time. That will be the last game for this evening around 6 p.m. But away from that, we head straight back to football, where Lewandowski, Karim Benzema, has been nominated for the FIFA Best Player Award at this point in time. All that nominees are so the likes of perennial candidates, talking about Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, Salah, Karen Mbappe, and that particular one. They actually make up the team that will be the players that will be fighting for the best player award in that particular one. Alpha, who deserves to be crowned the FIFA Best Player of the Year?
Clearly, I mean, in the last calendar months, who has done better than Lewandowski? I don't think anybody. I think it will be daylight robbery if he is denied this crown once again. Don't forget that last year he was supposed He was the clear favorite, but because of the
COVID,
he
couldn't go on with you. Yes.
So, but I think he deserves it. Though some people have other opinions, but I really don't see any reason why.
Goes with reckless abandon. He hit over 40 goals last season.
Last season, in fact, actually equaling and setting a new record in the Bundesliga set by Jack Muller, which was 40 goals. He went on to score 41 goals. So I think Lewandowski deserves it. Some people have mentioned Messi and the likes of them because he won the Copa America, but I really think that's inconsequential. Lewandowski, in my opinion, is the right man for this award.
Of course, Lewandowski is the right man for the award. That's actually coming from Alpha. We head straight to the Champions League because at this point in time, actions will actually go down later this evening, where the peak of the action will be the game between Chelsea and Juventus. And also, we are going to be seeing Barcelona versus Benfica. That will be early kickoff in that particular one. We hope to see, Xavi, and that is, of course, getting to win his first Champions League game as a coach for Barcelona. Also, looking at Villarreal versus Manchester United, will it be the baptism of fire for Carrick at this point in time? Him being, being the one that will be handling the Manchester United team, going forward. Dynamo Kiev versus Bayern Munich, also Young Boys versus Atlanta, Sevilla versus Wolfsburg, going to be Team Malmo versus St. Petersburg. Man City also and PSG will lock horns today. Is another mouth-watching encounter in the English Premiership. Liverpool versus Porto in the particular one. Besiktas against Ajax, Sporting Lisbon against Borussia Dortmund, Inter and Shakhtar Donetsk also. Sheriff versus Real Madrid, and also that will be actually going down this big in the Champions League. Quickly, Alpha star match of today for me is the game between Juve and Chelsea, and also Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain.
I mean, two very tough games, but I'm personally looking forward to the City versus PSG match. With the array of stars on PSG.
Ramos is back.
Ramos is back, but there's still a doubt whether he's going to play. I really want to see how they're going to, play against City.
Is that team Chelsea has not actually get to beat Juve for the past 12 years?
Yeah.
Will that gene be broken today? Do you see that happening?
Well, that is left to be seen. Chelsea will be playing at home, so of course they have that extra advantage of playing at home. So let's see how it goes. Of course, we all know Juventus when it comes to Champions League at this level, always a tough team to beat. We know the pedigree they have. But I think that will be a very interesting game to watch. And of course, Atletico, AC Milan, that will be another game to look at. Of course, Liverpool, Porto, not forgetting the 5-0 whitewash of Porto by Liverpool out there in Portugal. So many Porto will be trying to come and get back their pound of flesh at Anfield. Of course, Sporting Lisbon, Dortmund will be there. Sheriff will be at home to Madrid, not forgetting that match with okay. So tomorrow we'll talk about that. Of course, baptism of fire for certain Michael Carrick. Let's see
Villarreal versus Manchester.
Villarreal versus playing the way to Villarreal, and we all know how Villarreal have always been a team that has always troubled United. Even in the first leg when they came to Old Trafford,
we saw them defeating Manchester United at the Euro.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even in the game at Old Trafford, they had to take something extra from a certain Ronaldo to make all the difference. But this game is going to be a really difficult one for Carrick. I really don't envy him. You have taken your first managerial job and your first game is a Champions League game against Villarreal, away to Villarreal. So it's going to be a tough one. Of course, Dynamo came, and of course, Xavi too will also be in first game in charge of the Champions League.
Will it be a fire for him?
Also, no doubt about that. Not forgetting that in the first leg, I think it was either a draw or Benfica came away with a victory. No, Benfica actually won.
Yes, Benfica
won down in Portugal. So this will also be a tough match since Xavi came here, has been talking tough and all of that.
He won the derby against Espanyol in the league.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's Espanyol. So I mean, that's expected. But I mean, he's been talking tough and all of that. So this should be a good way to test him and see if all the tough talk can be matched on the field of play. So interesting games to look out for tonight.
Of course, an interesting game to look out for tonight. Where will your money be? Where will your mouth be? Will it be for Chelsea or for Juve or for Manchester United, who has a new, caretaker boss at this point in time, like a Carrick against Villarreal, or will you be rooting for Barcelona against Benfica or Bayern Munich against Dynamo Kiev at this point in time? All the action will come up later this evening, and we're expected, to give you all the actions as they're happening right there. You can actually keep it up on the leadership.ng for you to keep it up on all the news that are actually going down later this evening in the UEFA Champions League. This is where we apply the brakes for sport on it. For today, it has been nice. We're talking sports with my striking partner, talking about Abba Acho here in the studio. Of course, our viewers, thanks for staying with us for today's show. We'll make a return bigger and better tomorrow with yet another exciting and super edition of Sports Orbits right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. But for now, saying my name is Olawale and saying bye bye for now. God bless you.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.